Welcome back to ETB Boxing, where we bring the story behind every punch and every fight. Well, Timothy Bradley now has changed his mind. Yesterday, he was playing devil's advocate for Canelo, and in this video, I'm going to react on how Crawford is now leaning heavy for Crawford. Yeah, it's probably a show. He's back making back and forth predictions only to hype up the fight, but I think this next video that I'm going to react to is really how he feels. I do believe he thinks Crawford is going to really make a show out of Canelo, and you know what? That's why we have to watch the fight. Stick around. Let's react. Let's see what Timothy Bradley has to say about Crawford dominating Canelo.
Oh, Tim Desert Storm Bradley, you already know the rest. You know what they said. They said Ali couldn't beat George Foreman. Yep. They said that Jack Dempsey couldn't beat Jess Willard. Yeah, 6'6", Jess Willard, 250 plus pounds. Little old Jack Dempsey knocked him out. Yeah, they saying Terence Bud Crawford can't beat no Canelo Álvarez. I beg to differ. He gonna smash Canelo Álvarez, man. I'm telling y'all right now. He gonna smash Canelo Álvarez. It's not gonna even be a fair fight. I promise you that. It's not going to be a fair fight, because the minute he get acclimated to that punching power, it's going to be over for Canelo Álvarez. Yeah, that wide swinging.
Wow, strong words from Tim Bradley. So here's the deal. We're not finished with this video. There's more to hear out, so let's stick around. But here's the thing. Here's what's on stake for Crawford, I think. Are you legendary special, or are you special? And I think that's, for a winner, that's a big deal. You know, am I going to be in the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran? Am I going to be mentioned with those names? And that's a huge deal. To say he's going to smash Canelo, it's not a fair fight. On the other end, Canelo, will he relive the nightmare of when Floyd Mayweather made him look basic? We will see, guys. Let's continue to hear what Tim Bradley has to say. But before we continue, click like and subscribe to the channel. If you're enjoying it, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's watch.
Left hook, them big looping right hands. Oh, he can straighten that right hand. You don't think they're going to be ready for that? Crawford and his team are the best in the business. Yeah, best in the business. Crawford has trained for this for an entire year. 1 year for one man. Thinking about him every day when he's out there grinding, watching video, studying film. Yeah, everybody talking about the weight. Oh, the weight. Oh, the weight. He too heavy. Tim, it was weight classes for a reason, and all of this crap, man. You think greatness is just built on just being comfortable? Greatness is built on being uncomfortable. Yeah. Before we even landed on the moon, it was an idea, right? It was an idea, and then they brought it to life, and we landed on the moon. I know there's some conspiracy theories out there saying that we didn't land on the moon, but you know what the hell I'm talking about.
Hey, for y'all think that the moon landings were fake, leave me a comment and let me know. Let's continue.
Yeah, we talk about size. Like, size is everything. What about skill? What about mentality? What about IQ? What about those things? That's what greatness is built upon. It's about the smartest man. It's not about just brute strength and power. Man, y'all need to stay. Hey, y'all need to stop. Stop with all that, man. For real. Because I'm here to tell y'all, this fight right here gonna go down in the history books as one of the best fights that you can ever witness. Yeah, it has that type of dogs in the race. Canelo Álvarez, he ain't no slouch. But he ain't no being better than Terence Crawford. That's for damn sure.
Look, here's the deal. Do I think Canelo is going to Terence Crawford's going to beat up Canelo? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a bit more competitive than people believed. But I don't think it's a 50-50 fight, guys. I don't think it's a 50-50 fight. I think it's 60-40. But I don't know who's the 60 and I don't know who's the 40. I'm going to find that out in the first 2-3 rounds. I'm going to see, oh, dang, it's a 60-40 for Canelo or it's a 60-40 for Crawford. I don't think it's a 50-50. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me, disagree with me? How do y'all see this? Is this a 50-50, 60-40, 70-30? Leave me a comment.
I promise y'all that. Skill for skill, Name a skill that Crawford can't do. Name one. Crawford can fight at any range.
Can't take a punch like Canelo. Not sure if that's a skill or not, but I think that's where Canelo has the advantage. I think he's stronger in that area.
Don't matter where it is. Outside, mid-range, inside. Crawford can do it all. He can do it from both sides. Canelo Álvarez, he got a little lazy. Yeah, he lazy. Oh yeah, straight up lazy. I know he's been actively fighting, been collecting them checks. He stayed away from Benavidez because he didn't want that pain. That's why. He didn't want to deal with that pain. So you know what that tells me about Canelo Álvarez. He's a little soft. He didn't want to deal with that. He didn't want to deal with Benavidez.
Well, let's keep the same energy, Tim Bradley. I don't think Crawford wanted Gerard Boots Ennis. You know, that was his little monster at 147, and people wanted that fight too. But let's keep the same energy. Canelo did not, everybody wanted to see him fight Benavidez. That was a dangerous fight for him. So I think both people can be accused of this. Is Canelo lazy? I don't think it's lazy, guys. I think when you have $300 million in the bank account, not just any fight is going to get you excited and motivated. You could say that's a lack of discipline. That's a lack of passion. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know how you take that, how I take that mentally. Crawford take that mentally. Oh yeah, he got a breaking point. That's for damn sure.
Everybody has a breaking point, Tim.
In his losses, he had breaking points in his losses. Let's not forget. Yeah, frustration. Hand on his head, had no clue how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Yep, had no clue how to come back and defeat Bivol. Bivol was all up in his ass, had him all confused, combobulated, beating them all up, face all bruised up. He was tired, breathing mouth all wide open.
To be fair, Terence Crawford hasn't lost. He's an undefeated fighter. The criticism about his undefeated record is the opposition. Bivol has gone up against Arthur Beterbiev twice and won, and Beterbiev is a monster. So, the criticism, I see what he's saying, but, you can always throw it on the other end. But there has been frustrations when Canelo is losing, but I'm thinking, like, who doesn't get frustrated when you're losing in a fight? I mean, I think that's anyone, but I don't know if it's as critical. I don't think that's going to come out in this fight, but maybe Crawford, or he's just that superior to Canelo, and Canelo is just, he makes him look basic like Mayweather. Again, is he going to relive that nightmare? We don't know.
Shoot. Yeah, Reynoso didn't have nothing for him. Reynoso ain't had nothing for him. Crawford, most skillful fighter on the planet, man. It's not about the size of the dog. It's not. It's not. I done fought big ones, little ones, you know what I'm saying? Wild ones. Yeah, I done fought them all too. Yeah, it don't matter. It's not the size of the dog. It's the size of the fighting the dog. Mark Twain came up with that, and that's real. That's official. Why the hell you think we get excited when we see videos or movies like 300? Why you think we get excited about that? Or when we witness greatness? Because that's what we gonna witness. We gonna witness greatness. Yeah. Y'all better tune in for this. Y'all gonna witness greatness, man, for real. Yes, greatness at an all-time high. Defied all the odds and all the rules of boxing. Terence Bud Crawford, the greatest fighter to ever come out of Omaha, Nebraska. The greatest athlete.
I think that's already true. I think he's the best fighter to ever come out of Omaha, Nebraska without winning this fight.
To ever come out of Omaha, Nebraska. Y'all better get ready. Crawford fans, stand up. Hey, our warrior is ready. He is ready. He's ready to showcase. Hey, he's ready to prove all the doubters wrong. All the doubters wrong, yeah. And he's ready to uplift his fans. Yeah, after this fight, everybody gonna love Terence Crawford. Everybody gonna love Terence Crawford.
I think everybody already does love Terence Crawford, Tim. There's no hate on Terence. I think everybody really appreciates the kind of fighter. At least real boxing fans can. If you're a casual, you could be a hater. But if you're a real boxing fan, Terence Crawford he makes the sport better. He's a great fighter, man. Everybody loves Crawford. Unless you're a casual, I think everybody loves Crawford.
Everybody gonna be saying he the best fighter ever in the history of boxing after this performance he put on. I promise you that. He is more than ready. Yeah, he's putting his life on the line for this one. I promise y'all that. Oh yeah, because that's what type of fighter he is. He a different breed. Y'all ain't never seen a breed like this before. I promise you that. We going back to the Muhammad Ali days. That's what we going back to. And Crawford, next week, he gonna prove it to all of y'all naysayers. Yep, all of y'all naysayers, all y'all Canelo fans, man, y'all gonna be crying. Y'all gonna be upset. And I'll tell y'all this, Netflix, listen up. When this man get the knockout, because he going to knock out Canelo Álvarez. When he get the knockout, don't forget Miss Deborah. Get that shimmy dance. Get that dance from Miss Deborah. Get the camera, get the family on camera, yo, so we can document this, because it's going to be one of the greatest performances you've ever witnessed in the sport of boxing by Terence Bud Crawford. Knocking out somebody that's been in the ring with some of the heaviest punchers in the game. Heaviest puncher. Triple G is legendary. Didn't put a dent in Canelo. Now just watch what Crawford does to his behind. Yeah, y'all talking about thudding power from Canelo? What about sharp power and timing like a Manny Pacquiao has? Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about there. It's a huge difference. That sharp power where it sting you for a minute momentarily, and that follow-up shot comes sweeping and knock your behind out. That's Bud Crawford. And you know he can turn it on when he want to turn it on. He can turn it off and he can turn it on. Canelo ain't got that in him. He ain't got that in him. Yeah, he ain't knocked nobody out in 4 years. 4 years he ain't knocked nobody out. You expect him to go in there and knock out the best fighter in the world, the most skillful fighter in the world, because you think he's small? Hell no. It's not about the size of the dog. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. Don't ever forget that. Anyways, that's my time, and I'm out.
A mouthful there from Timothy Bradley. Is he gonna knock out Canelo Álvarez? That's what he truly believes? Do you think he's kind of overhyping? Look, guys, Terence Crawford can win the fight. I'm not saying he can't, but if he knocks him out, then I have to think, well, dang, Crawford, you need to stay at 168 and see what else you could do at that weight class. If you're done, I mean, think about it. If he beats Canelo at 168, you know, he could fight at 168, at 160, and now 154. There's a lot of fights for him there. God, it's so hard to see that. I do agree with him that sharp power, the punch you don't see, is the one that hurts the most. But Canelo's been hit with that before. You can't tell me that Floyd Mayweather didn't catch him with that sharp power. Of course he did. Bivol caught him with that sharp power. Bivol's not necessarily known as a one knockout puncher like Better Beef, but, you know, he has that sharp punch. I think he's a little hyperbole here from Timothy Bradley building up the fight a little, but I do believe that Tim Bradley thinks he's going to hurt Canelo. I do believe that. I don't know, man. Let me know. Do you think Crawford is going to knock out or at least hurt Canelo in this fight? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for stopping by. That's the punch. That's the story. And that's ETB Boxing.